Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of the JVaz Show. I am your host, JVaz. And as always, make sure you follow us on all the social media pages at the JVaz Show. Check out the website, thejvazshow.com, which it should be I am JVaz pretty soon. And we'll be putting out all kinds of content. Joining us today, man, we got a special guest. We just chopped it up, man, talking about all these childhood locations I used to live at. Coming out of the RGV, the Puro 956. Currently living in Dallas, Texas. Got Dopey in the motherfucking building. How you doing, bro?
What's good? What's good?
Hey, man, we appreciate you stopping by, bro.
Yes, sir.
I say we just chopped it up right now. We're talking about the Valley. You know, again, I know you're coming out of Dallas right now, but you know, you're originally from the Valley, and it just kind of sparked that conversation earlier of, you know, that's basically where I grew up as a kid, man. But None But Profit Entertainment. That's the label you're running with. That's your label.
Yeah.
That's your label. And hey, man, we're finna get into it, get to know you as an artist, get to know you as a person, and talk about your music and what all you got going on, bro. Tell us a little bit about growing up in the Valley, bro, and how that shaped the sound of your music and who you are as an artist today.
Growing up in the Valley, bro, it's puro hustle. You just got to go out there and grind, get it. There really ain't no jobs or anything like that. So you growing up just hustling, going out there and trying your best to get what you can. As far as the music, when we first started, there was just a group of us from a neighborhood, and we were just doing something for us to have to jam out to. It wasn't nothing really serious, but we were just talking about the experiences we were living in the neighborhood, you know, the things that we were doing, our hustles, our struggles, and then it ended up turning into something else.
Yeah. As far as the music, like what inspired? See, when I grew up in the Valley, era pura música tejana. You know what I mean? A lot of Tejano was jamming at the time. Right. I don't know if you know how old you are, but the reason I bring that up is because growing up in the Valley, there's not a lot of local influence, you know? And maybe if it is, it gets overlooked. So what I say that to say, growing up, what was it or who was it that inspired you and be like, hey, bro, like if these people be out here spitting, like I can do the same thing, even if they weren't from the Valley.
The ones from the Valley was Nino. Nino was one of them out of I think he was out of Brownsville. And then Big Los también.
Big Los, yeah.
There was also a group called Surlado with Magic and Kegum and them. They were making it big también. And out of the Valley was my it's been SPM, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was the number one Chicano back in the day,
yeah.
You know, doing it. So I wanted to be in his kind of level and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I think regardless of how people feel about his case, and we're just gonna keep this short because I'm not trying to bring that heat to this interview. Yeah. But regardless of how people might feel, that man inspired a lot of us to create.
He did.
To create music.
I mean, it's kind of messed up what happened and shit like that. You know, it kind of changes a lot of people's feelings towards the man.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can't lie. You know, the homeboy did put a lot of people on. You're like. You know, he taught us a lot of stuff, you know, and some of his old stuff is even still banging today.
Still, yeah.
You know what I mean? Harder than what it was before.
Excuse me. Yeah, so moving on from that, though. I know you say, you know, he was one of the biggest inspirations and whatnot. At what moment did it hit you and it was like, hey man, I can really do this. I feel like I'm getting good at it.
There was a couple of moments, but the one time that really inspired me to give it a little go, a little more push was when we used to have different cars and coming through the neighborhood of people that we didn't even know, bumping our CDs, and we don't even know how the hell they even got it. You know, probably downloaded it from YouTube or something. SoundCloud, because we used to hit SoundCloud back in the day hard. Yeah. But that was just a different feeling, like, you know, somebody's actually coming through your neighborhood, jamming something, and they don't even know you, or you don't even know who the hell. Like we would be like, hey, who's that? But they don't know. They jamming our shit though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That shit was dope. That really hit.
I know you recently moved to Dallas, and I say recently because we're talking about growing up. But what challenges did you face that made you want to be like, hey man, like I love the Valley, but it's time to hit the big city?
I was going through a lot of bullshit in the Valley, bro. I used to hustle a lot of Holland. I used to do the street thing, trying to be the little gangbanger también. And I was getting raided a lot, almost every 2-3 months. I was getting raided. My house was getting shot at a lot. And the thing that really told me to pack up and leave was when my mom got shot because of me. You know, she was in my house, at my bed, in my room, and I was out in another town in Westlaco with the female. And you know what I'm saying? They hit my house and my mom gets shot where I was supposed to be asleep. So that really kind of hit me. And then at the same time, I was already having these kids. So I didn't want to put my kids through that situation where they might end up getting hit for my pendejadas. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I said, fuck it, I'm just going to take off. You know, even though I didn't know nobody and I was out there in Dallas by myself, I just took the risk and took off. Because I looked at it like it could be better for me. You know what I mean? I'm going to not be drug dealing no more. I'm not going to be in the streets no more. I'm going to take this music more serious. And it was a good move for me, bro. Yeah. Like, it's been a lot better since I left.
I know you say it helped you for the reasons you just gave us, but music-wise, how did that help your career this far?
That made me okay. When I first moved to Dallas, I didn't really have people to do music with, so I was putting shows together. And while I was putting shows together, I was meeting other artists, Juan Gotti, GT Garza, Justin Case, Rashid, Yellow Beezy. I was meeting all these other artists, so it was pulling me back in where I could start doing features with these people. And that's what also stepped my game up a little bit more, because now I'm not just some guy from the neighborhood doing some underground mixtapes or whatever. You know, I'm actually working with people who are in the game now. So it got me a little bit closer and a little bit more up there on the level.
Yeah. Have you done music with Garza and them?
With Garza, not yet, but I am in the works of that.
Shouts out to my boy Garza, man.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Juan Gotti and them too. We in the same building. Obviously you feel like the Valley gets overlooked. That's why you moved out here, you know what I mean? But why do you think the Valley gets overlooked? Because like you said, there's a lot of talent out there. You know, we talked about Flow Camp. I think in 2005, 2004, Flow Camp really had something going. Shouts out to my boy Salpo.
Shout out Salpo.
And then, I don't know what happened, but they just kind of, fell off a little bit, and then, life took whatever the hell life does or whatever. But why do you feel the Valley gets overlooked, bro?
For one, a lot of the Valley people don't want to get out of the Valley. They don't want to really come out and network. They want to just stay down there. And then for two, because we got a different style, we got a different flow, different stilo. So a lot of the Valley artists, they know they do like that Tex-Mex, Spanish rap type stuff. And I don't think a lot of people here in Texas are really feeling that. Yeah. You know what I mean? For that, you got to go more up north or more like to New Mexico, Arizona, California type. But like I just said too, like they don't want to, we don't want to leave the Valley. We love the Valley so much, and it's going to be something hard, like somebody getting shot or the cops coming for you, something to make you want to leave the Valley. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people just don't want to do that, bro. We love that life so much. It's just, we're stuck. You know what I mean?
It makes it hard. Yeah. That's the sad truth. Talk about style. For people who have never heard your music, how would you describe your style, and what inspires your style?
A lot of people say it's got a Chicano vibe to it. I'll take that. You know, I'll take that Chicano. It's definitely different. And what I try to mix in a lot of like I get a lot of inspiration from Pimp C, Too Short, you know, and like I just said too, SPM.
Yeah.
So I try to put a lot of it in there, mix it up here and there. But yeah, I think I'm done with that Texas Chicano rap. I think I'm with Texas Chicano.
And that's dope because that was going to be one of my questions. That in an industry that's so, it's a lot of rappers, you know, and especially here in Texas. I can speak for Houston. Let me speak for Houston. Let me not say Texas. Let me say Houston. Here in Houston, everybody sounds the same. All right. So it's cool to get a Chicano vibe, Texas style Chicano, I guess, rap in a city that is not used to it. And I know it's going to make it harder.
Yeah,
because
it's a lot harder. And then a lot of people want to say, well, you know, you sound like you're from Cali or you look like you're from Cali or just saying I'm from the Valley. A lot of people that don't know about the Valley, they automatically think California. They see the palm trees on me and they think California. Oh, you from? And they're like, no, I'm from the Valley, South Texas. Oh, but there's no palm trees in Texas. Like, what do you mean?
Shit,
like,
go to the Valley.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. You know, I just want to be different. I want to sound totally opposite of what everybody else is sounding, you know what I mean? And I know it's going to be harder for me, but that's what makes it more better in the end because, you know, I actually know I'm grinding for it, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like him to be taking his fans or anything like that or to try to get in his crowd, you know. I want to make my own lane, get my own crowd, get my own thing going.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and again, like I said, yeah, it's going to make it harder for you, but it makes it authentic. And it helps you stand out from the crowd.
Right.
You know, it's just like podcasting, bro. There's so many other podcasts, but we all have to offer something different. Whether it's our style of interviewing, our delivery with interviewing, whether we add a little comedy to it, whatever the case is, it might not be popular, but that's what helps you stand out, being a little bit different with your delivery as an artist, a rapper, for you, in your case.
Right.
Now, I know you got a project coming out here in the next couple of weeks. Talk to us about this project you got coming out. What can people expect?
I got some features in it with Brown Boy from Cali. I got a feature with OC Chris from Dallas.
Shouts out.
Just in case. You know, I got some different people. I'm trying to get one with Big Lows, but I'm still working on that negotiating process.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a dope ass album, man. I hope y'all come check it out, bro.
Slow and Throw Volume 1?
Slow to Throw Volume 1. It's gonna be a combination of some of my past tracks, but just slowed up and chopped up.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Slick Change. He's out there in the Valley also doing this thing.
You got any other Houston artists on there?
On the Slow and Throw?
Yeah.
No, I think it's only Just in Case on that one.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Just in Case, man.
Yeah.
Are you gonna drop that? Like, do you have an exact release date for it?
Yeah. I don't know if when this video will be out, but it's already gonna be out in platforms by the time this drops.
Okay.
So it'll be already out. Y'all just go look for it. DopeyG, Slowed and Throwed Volume 1.
Yeah, Slow and Throw Volume 1. Make sure you guys check it out on all streaming services as DopeyG. Are you gonna drop visuals with this project? Visuals are important, bro.
Yeah, I'm actually working with True. Shout out to True out in Dallas. We're gonna be shooting some content as soon as I get back. And just do some dope stuff. We was actually talking yesterday before I left on some different trippy visuals, you know, to go with it. So hopefully we could get something going, some badass that you guys will enjoy.
Yeah. Visuals are hell of important, man. A lot of people prefer to watch it on YouTube. And again, the video brings the story to life in a way. You know what I mean? It gives more meaning to your songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going back to this weird ass industry we work in, bro. We how many tracks is on the project?
12.
12. Okay. So the reason I asked that, we're in a current state in this industry where it's hard to keep people's attention for
Yeah.
12 records in a row.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to drop singles, or do you prefer to drop projects like this? What do you feel gives you the most advantage when it comes
Honestly,
to dropping?
I just changed up my game a couple of months ago. I think it was in April where I started dropping a single every week or every 2 weeks. And I found out that works a lot better than dropping the whole project, because like you just said, nobody's going to listen to the whole project. They might listen to the 1 or 2 songs that you've been promoting, you know what I mean? But that'll be it. You know what I mean? They'll skip through the rest of them, not giving the other ones a chance. You know, so I think I've learned that a little bit, you know, just dropping singles, pitch it and then promote it for that whole week or the 2 weeks if you're going to drop another one in 2 weeks, and then let the other one do its thing, you know what I mean? And it'll give a chance for every song to have its little fame. And the one that they like is going to hit. The one they don't, you'll see it in the algorithm.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and I like that because I've been seeing a lot of, I've been very active listening to Spanish rap, like Hera MX, Santa Fe, and all them. And I've noticed a lot of their approaches, like Hera recently dropped like a 8-track project, but it was all songs he released within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So kind of like what you said, he'll drop a single, next single. And after he's done releasing all the singles, he'll put them all in a project. And I get, because it is hard for us to sit there and listen to a whole album. I don't know what the fuck happened to our brain, but I remember back in the day going back to SPM, buying an SPM album and listening to that bitch from track number 1 all the way to track number 18.
And you can still do that today.
You can still do that today.
Some of his old shit, you know.
So since you said that, let me ask you this. What is missing in music that, now you ask people, why is SPM such a big name and why he's been able to have such a big following throughout the years, even though his case and everything? And you just said it. You can listen to this man's music, case aside, you can listen to this man's album and enjoy the album from track 1 to track 18, not even skipping.
Right.
What can you do as an artist to have that same effect, to where people enjoy your music like that from 1 to 12?
Honestly, that's hard. You know what I mean? Like, that's a different time back in the day. Nowadays, people got, you know, social media, phones, tablets. Like, they get distracted real quick. So they might like something, but they ain't gonna pay attention to it like they used to back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think what makes that time so unique was the storytelling in the songs. You know, people actually took their time and actually put together a song and told a story, whether it was funny, make-believe, true story, whatever the fuck it was. You know, they composed it real good and you believed everything that was said. You know, nowadays, they just rapping, you know, whatever just comes out, you know what I mean? And make it sound good. You know what I mean? And that's dope too, you know what I mean? I try to still keep that OG style by, you know, putting a little bit of storytelling into it. But a lot of people, like nowadays, you know, they get too distracted. Yeah.
How hard is it to stay true to yourself, to be able to, again, you see what everybody else is doing and what's working for them? How hard is it to stay true to yourself and be like, hey, this is my style. This is what I want people to know me for. And this is DopeyG.
It's really not that hard. Because I'm a tourist. I'm hard headed, bro. So if I say I want something, you know what I mean? That's what it is. You know, one way or another. But, every now and then, like, it does cross my mind, like, maybe I should do a song like this or like that person, or, you know what I mean? But then I go back and it's like, nah, I'm good where I'm at. It's building, it's growing slowly but surely, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because, you know, sometimes, even with the podcasting game, bro, like, I'm like, this is the way I do interviews. I like to just have a conversation with people.
Yeah.
But then you start seeing how a little bit of comedy, a little bit of dumb shit works for other people, and you're like, fuck, I would like to do that,
I mean,
But that's not me.
depends, yeah, it depends on like what type of podcast you want to
Yeah.
be. Like what type of rapper do I want to be? You know what I mean?
Correct.
Do you want to be that person that just comes up with stupid shit just to get the numbers, or do you want to be an authentic, you know, a real podcast asking the real questions, getting to know people type shit, or do you want to be like Adam setting shit up just to get the views and shit like that?
And that's a conversation I had with GT Garza. You know, I've been working with Garza for a minute with the podcast, and that's one thing he told me. He's like, hey, you don't want to take the approach of being a Cheeseman podcast.
Yeah.
You don't want to ask people like, hey, tell me, how do you feel about SPM's case? Just to get the views. It doesn't help you as an artist.
Just to put like, oh,
and it's just
so and so talks
selfishly
down on, you know, yeah.
And he's like, you don't want to become that. He's like, yeah, it's working for some people. He's like, but at the same time, they're burning bridges.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's never been my approach. I've had a lot of artists from Dope House, and you have to bring up SPM because Dope House, but I've never brought up the case. You know what I mean? How did you meet SPM? How did the connection come about? How was your experience at Dope House? You can work around it. You don't have to be like, hey, tell me about just to get views. And people, you burn bridges with artists. I think artists stop respecting you as a podcaster when you do shit like that. So like, bro.
And then you start getting those names like Cheeseman or the Feds. It's like you working with the Feds, or you just interviewing these people to get information. Like, just, you know what I mean?
Beat your Vlad. I'm like, shout out to Beat your Vlad. You've been on tour with Garza, actually, right?
No. I've done a couple of shows.
Shows with Garza, okay.
And then I brought him out when he had that Halo and Horns tour.
Halo and Horns, yeah.
I brought him out to Dallas with that, and shout out to Accomplice on that too.
Yeah, shout out to Accomplice, man. You fuck with Accomplice? That's your boy?
Yeah, we just did a show together in Dallas with FOMO.
Oh, okay. How? Let's get it. Did you jump on the challenge?
No, I didn't get on the challenge. Now
I was
everybody was on that motherfucking challenge, bro.
How was opening for FOMO, being one of the young up and comers right now? How was that?
It was dope, bro. The whole city came out, bro. People from out of town came out.
Yeah.
Texas Buzz was in the building. Hood Baby, man. A lot of people was out there. Bumpy Johnson. Man, a lot of people was out there, bro. Like it was a good look for the city that night, bro.
He's getting a lot of love.
Yeah.
You know, the challenge got annoying, but hey, it served its purpose for what?
Mean, yeah, it did what it was supposed to do, and that's for sure. It went viral.
So often in the music industry, we talk about success when it comes to numbers, right? There's a lot of artists that don't necessarily have the numbers, but are successful. Numbers, back in the day, they used to have a saying that numbers don't lie. Nowadays, numbers definitely lie. You know what I mean? You can buy your numbers. I say all that to say, when it comes to success, what does success mean to you?
Being able to take care of my kids, you know, without having to worry about where am I going to get the next dollar. You know what I mean? I don't really care about the fame or anything like that. I just want to make enough money off of this to where I could pay my bills, feed my kids, and I'm able to be at home more with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a supervisor, a manager at Wingstop and all this, and even in the oil fields, when I was in the oil fields, you're away from your kids so much and so long, you miss a lot of the important stuff. You know what I mean? You know, like, I don't want that, bro. Like, I want to make enough money to where I'm at home and I get to take my kids to the park if they want to go to the park, or play ball with them. You know what I mean? Spend time with them, do shit that my dad, because my dad died when I was like 8 years old, so I never really had a dad. You know what I'm saying? But I want to be there for my kids. You know what I mean? Just want to make enough so I could be there and shit. I ain't trying to be rich and famous and all that. I just want to have something coming in so I can take care of them. That's it.
I respect that. I respect that, because sometimes, like you say, these jobs take a lot of our time. But
and then for a small ass paycheck, bro, we're working to make the owners rich.
The owners rich.
And you know what I'm saying? We're the ones away from our families and shit like that. And we still can't even make it. Some of us working 2-3 jobs. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that shit's not right, bro.
Hey, you know what's crazy? When I was on the Gotos, I had the spot over there at Goto Studios, and I was like, "This is dope, man." But goddamn, I feel like I work more now than when I had a job.
Yeah.
So, sometimes I think that's a thing people don't understand. Being a creator, being an artist, especially nowadays, it takes a lot out of you. So to be able to feed your family from that to where you're not having to spend your days off, like today, it's a Sunday and we're out here, right? And then during the week you have to go clock in. It makes life a little more difficult.
Yeah.
And it makes the creative process more difficult because now you're not working with a clear mind. And I think a lot of artists like yourself don't get the respect y'all deserve because people think it's just like, oh, well, anybody can be a rapper. No. It's like you're right, but no, but you're wrong.
Yeah.
It takes time to write. It takes time to come up with concepts. You got to go to the studio. You got to make time for interviews.
And at the same time, you're wasting money for all that too.
Yeah.
You know, it takes money to make money. You know, it's just like in the dope game, you know, you're trying to re-up. Well, I'm trying to get re-up on a new album. I got to go and pay for a cover. I got to pay for the features, the studio, the beats, you know, all that.
What's a dream? Speaking of features, what's like a dream or goal feature that you would like to get here in the next, we're in July, in the next 5 months by the end of the year?
Texas will be peso.
Peso?
Yeah. And then in Cali, I want to do something with peso.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Peso. That boy going hard right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of, what are some of the artists that we might be sleeping on out there in the valley?
There's quite a few.
They ain't gonna say myself.
Number one right there. My homeboy City A, shout out to City A, man. That boy could sing, rap, write, you know, he could do it all, master all his shit. There's another homeboy, El Seis. I don't know if you heard of El Seis. He's out there from like Mission type shit. He's actually blowing up too. Kigum from Surlado. There's quite a few. También ¿cómo se llama? Damn, bro.
Put you on the spot on that one. I didn't even mention that question. I just randomly thought of it right now.
He does music on Sam King. He jumped on that faux mob. He was gonna win.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I forgot.
I can't remember his name. His
name is right there.
But people were like, he should have won.
Yeah, from the Valley, man. What the fuck was his name, man? Shout out to homeboy, man. Fuck, bro.
I'm gonna slap his name on the video.
Yeah, slap his name out there,
this
bro.
Is not a disrespectful moment. It's just a mind going blank moment. Yeah.
Fuck, bro. It's right there too, bro. Like, but yeah, bro. Yeah, he should have won too. He should have won.
Yeah. 3 quick hitter questions, dog.
And prolific.
Yeah. Shouts out Prolific, man.
Yeah. It was right there, Pro, man. My bad. Shout out Pro.
Hey, again, this was not a disrespectful moment. It was a genuine. I didn't even mention I was going to ask this. It just came out of nowhere. But I have a segment where I do taco reviews, dog. So I got to ask you, if I go to the Valley, what's the best taco spot out there? Let's say McAllen.
McAllen, chingado.
I go with the bullshit questions again, right? Putting you on the spot.
I wouldn't know it about the tacos, pero the tamales though, you gotta go to Delia's Tamales.
Delia's?
In the Valley, bro. Like that's hands down. That's where I go. As soon as I get in the Valley, I just gotta stop at Delia's Tamales, get them tamales.
Yeah. What about Dallas? Since you're out there now.
There's a place out in Pleasant Grove called Gonzalez Restaurant.
Yeah.
Man, the bomb. I was just there yesterday, bro.
Yeah, sponsor my man Gonzalez
Restaurant.
You know what I'm saying? Giving you out here, giving you a shout out. Top 5 artists, dead or alive. Don't gotta be Texas.
Tupac, number 1. Pimp C.
R.I.P. Both of them.
Draco the Ruler. Pop Smoke. And then that's 4, right?
That's 4.
And then on the 5th, I'm gonna have to go with Bushwick Bill.
Yeah.
Bushwick
R.I.P.
Bill.
as well, man.
R.I.P. Bushwick Bill.
Yeah, you gave me a whole bunch of dead ones, dog. What the fuck? I'm just fucking with you.
Bro, those are the best ones, bro. I don't know what it is, man, but they killed the legends, bro.
Yeah. For people who have never heard your music, what is one song that they need to tune into so that they can understand who DopeyG is?
I Hate Me Too. You know, it's just a song I wrote for the people who just hate me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give you all the reason to hate me, but I'd hate me too if I was you.
Yeah.
You know, and I give you the reasons on that song.
What project is that on, or was that just the single? It's a single that was released. Yeah.
Yeah, it just came out, I think, about a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah, so make sure you guys check that single out. Yes, I Hate Me Too. So make sure you check it out. Available on all streaming services, I'm assuming. Yes, you got a visual for it?
Yeah, there's a performance video for
performance video? Okay. Yeah. Dope. Before we wrap this up, man, just quick recap so people can check out your music. Slow and Throw Volume 1 coming out here in the next couple of, you said about in a week or so?
Less than a week. Probably here in about a day or two.
Yeah, okay. So by the time this drives, make sure you guys check out Slow and Throw Volume 1, available on all streaming services. By the end of the year, do you have any other plans as far as touring, projects?
I'm going to be going out to Atlanta in September, doing a little media run. And then hopefully, si Dios quiere, I'm going to be in California before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year? Yeah. We got to connect those bridges, man. I know a lot of people, you know, I get it. We love Texas. Texas is dope. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else, but we got to connect those bridges to be able to expand. Yeah. So I respect the fact that you're trying to, you know, Atlanta, trying to go to Cali. Is definitely something that needs to be done as an artist, as really just entertainer. We need to build those bridges, man. Hey, bro, it was dope having you on here. Again, make sure you guys check them out on all social media pages. We're going to have the links on the description of the podcast, description of the video. Slow and Throw Volume 1, once again, is available. We're just going to say it's available now on all streaming services. Make sure you guys
run it up.
Don't skip a song. Soak them all in. Give my man a shot. And again, if you want to, you know, get a feel for who he is as an artist, what kind of music you would like to, what kind of music he puts out, make sure you check out his single, I'll Hate Me Too. That's also available on all streaming services. Any last minute words and the last minute shout outs, bro?
Man, shout out to everybody watching this. Shout out to all the fans, the viewers. Shout out to everybody in Houston, Dallas, the Valley, everybody in Texas, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Let's get it. Let's run it.
Alrighty, man. Once again, it's your boy JVaz. You're watching the JVaz Show, and we're here with DopeyG in the motherfucking building. Yes, 956, and what's the area code in Dallas? 214?
Yeah.
You get it. 214 817 if you're in the funk. Shouts out to my boys out there in Funky Town.
Yes,
Let's go.